And so this is the beginning of one of the chapters in the Mahavagga. It's called the Vassūpanāyikā. Vassūpanāyikā is the word for entering the Vassa, basically. So we will come to that word. And so we can start with this simple first sentence. Maybe Dhirachita here can read the first sentence.
Tena samayena buddho bhagava rajage viharati veluvane kalanda kanivape.
So you recognize any word? Can you make any sense of it grammatically?
Raja is the place, right?
So Rajagaha, of course, is the town.
Viharati is staying.
Viharati is staying, and but why is it we say Rajagaha? No? So you can notice the ending is the ending, like we had in the exercise just before. The ending is always the locative, which means where it is located. So it means in Rajagaha, at Rajagaha. Okay, he stays.
Yes.
And then this qualifies further where he's staying. So these two things, Veluvana and Kalanda Kanivapa, just qualifies where it was exactly in Rajagaha, right? Do you see where it is?
Bamboo grove.
So Veluvana is the bamboo grove. Velu is bamboo. Vana is a grove. And again, the ending, Veluvane, means at the bamboo grove.
Mm-hmm.
And then this, Kalanda Kanivapa, is a very funny place. So that's where they say people used to give food for squirrels there, basically. So
you might want to prop this door open a little bit.
Yeah. Nivapa is like some kind of feeding. There is a Nivapa Sutta also. And then here, who is there? Buddho, but Buddho Bhagava. So he is called by two names, and one of them is the nominative, but one is in the O ending and one is the A ending. So the Blessed One, the Buddha, no?
Both are the names of the Buddha.
Exactly.
But they're always together or not?
Not always together, but often. Actually, the Buddha is rarely called Buddha. Mostly you would find just the word Bhagava is more common. Yeah, like the Blessed One we translate, no? And then this word Tena Samayana. So we just had this in the exercise. What kind of what is this ena ending? You remember what it was? So actually, this is an idiom. Is the instrumental, like by something, through something, with something, but this is a kind of an idiom which means at that time. Samaya means like an occasion, at that occasion, on that occasion. Okay, so it's a useful idiom to know. So the Buddha is there, and now next sentence. Maybe Javadamo, you can read this one.
Tena ko pana samayena bhagavata bhikkūnam vasāvaso appaññato hoti.
Okay. So you recognize the same beginning, no? Like so before.
At the time.
At that time, exactly. Time. And this ko pana, you can translate like and or but. And at that time, but at that time, yeah. Okay.
Bhagavata, the Blessed One.
Bhagavata is with what case? So Bhagavata, you probably cannot see it, but here it says instrumental singular, right? So instrumental means.
But okay.
You see?
Yeah. But okay. But it's different root from the name the noun that we did, no?
But
because
should be. Yeah, oh yes. Okay. So there are different nouns. If we didn't clarify that there are not all the masculine nouns are following the Pandita example, but here Bhagavata means by the Blessed One, right? By the Blessed One. Bhagavata. So by the Blessed One, and then what? We can find the verb.
Hoti.
Okay.
Uh,
Hoti, you don't know. So this is the most common word.
Yeah.
Verb, which would be what? What would be the most common verb?
Is.
Is.
They are. Hoti is. Yeah.
Is. Okay. Hoti is in the singular. Hoti, it is. There is another verb which is translated as is, and that is ati. Ati, and ati is used like in the Nibbana Sutta when we chant ati ajata. But that is, of course, like, yeah, exactly. It means more like there is something exists. Hoti is more like something happens, something occurs. Okay, so
there is.
So something is, and what is Vassa Vaso?
Vassa is the rains.
Rainy season.
Avas.
And Avaso is here. See?
Rains residence. Okay.
So Avasa, as you can see in the
I must mean Avase.
exactly. So so he's already memorized the entering of the Vassa. Very good. Avasa. So Avasa means something like the dwelling, but basically that was the early word for monastery. Often the monastery was called Avasa, and you can still find it in the Thai word for abbot. The abbot is the Chao Awat, the monk who is like in charge of the Avasa. Avasa is pronounced as Avat in Thai, so is the monk in the residence. So it's the residence for the Vassa, okay, and the residence for the Vassa is what? It's Appanyato. Now Appanyato is from here.
It's not with panya, no?
So exactly. So very good. So you cannot always assume just because a word, like you know the word panya, so you think, oh, this must be something to do with wisdom, but actually it's not. So actually it's related because you see the root here. It comes from the word to know, make known, but in this case it means something like prescribed, laid down.
Okay. Like not make known.
Yeah.
It's a negation, not made known. Okay.
So panyato would be it was prescribed, it was made known, and now it's appanyato, not made known. And for whom?
For the bhikkhu.
For the how many?
For the bhikkhus.
Bhikkhus.
For the bhikkhus, yeah.
Exactly.
Sure.
So here you have for the bhikkhus. If it was for one bhikkhu, it would be bhikkhusa. But here we have many bhikkhus, so bhikkhunam. So now we can read the sentence. So at a time,
by the Blessed One, was not made known the rain's residence for the bhikkhus.
Exactly. So it was the early time, beginning of the sasana, where the monks didn't stay anywhere for the Vassa. They were always wandering, basically.
Do you have a sense of how long that period was?
I think personally, in the commentaries, they tell you that the Buddha didn't make any rules for the first 20 years of teaching, which seems a very long time. Maybe it wouldn't refer to this particular rule, but that to me seems kind of weird. So I think this would have happened very early on, because we will see now why it was like that.
Yes, in 20 years there would have been a very large sangha already. This kind of forest dwelling practice, this is only possible, up to how many people, that's like the first couple of years or 3 or maybe up to 5. Like you have to imagine, that the Buddha is a successful teacher. He goes around, the disciples are approaching him, the sangha is growing. How many people can live in a forest just camping out, basically.
Go to take a tissue.
Okay, so who do we have there? We have maybe Anagarika Diego.
Teda bhikkhu hemantampi kimampi wasampi charikam charanti.
So, what can you recognize? You can probably recognize the verbs.
Yes, charanti, walking the walk. So they were walking the walk. The bhikkhus.
So basically, always being on tour, walking, like we would say, walking tudong, walking, doing always wandering. And it was the bhikkhus, right? They are the subject of the sentence. Are the bhikkhus, right? Bhikkhu. Okay. And then,
Declinable bhikkhu.
okay.
It's declinable, but it's the nouns have classes by the last vowel, and so the patta and pandita, they are a stem nouns, so they end in a, and so they follow this a declension. Bhikkhu is an u ending noun, have very similar declensions with a few exceptions. So bhikkhusa would be still like a genitive or dative, for example, bhikkhu. But the nominative case, when the bhikkhus are doing something, that doesn't end with an o.
Okay.
Right? When we talk about the bowl being something, that's patto, or the wise man does something, that's pandito. But the bhikkhus are doing something, then they are bhikkhu. Bhikkhu charanti. The bhikkhus are walking.
And when were they walking then? Can you read the three words there? What does it refer to? The three words.
Do you recognize these? What is the meaning of these?
So today, those who were attending the Patimokkha, there is always announcing the season at the beginning. So today they said, Ayang Gimhoto is the last time, and next one will be Ayang Vassānoto. So Hemanto is the cold season. Gimho is the hot season, and Vasso or Vassāno is the rainy season. Okay, and then Pi meaning is from api, means like also. So if in Pāli, if you want to say also, you have to put it behind every single word in the sequence. Yeah, so there will be pi at the end. Exactly, dutiyampi, tatiyampi, and so on. You always add it at the end, and that means also there and also then. Okay, so they are walking like this all the time, the whole year. Okay, next one, maybe Matteo, you can read the next one.
I have to get closer. Manussa ujjayanti kiyanti vipacenti haritani tinani sammadanta ekindriyam jivan vihetenta bahu kuddake pane sanghatam apadenta. Oh my goodness. That's lots of words. Okay, what do I recognize?
Do you recognize the first word, Manusa?
Manusa, that's human.
Yeah, so people.
Ujjayanti. Ujja. That sounds familiar. Ujja.
So strangely, this word can remind you of jhana, and you would not be mistaken that it is actually related to jhana. But they are not meditating, sitting in jhana. But there is a number of words actually in Pāli that have different prefix, like ujjayati and pajjayati and so on, and it means some kind of like something about like thinking, but in various ways. So in this case, they are kind of like thinking badly of someone, looking down on, finding fault.
It's something related with putuchan or no?
Criticize.
Yeah. So basically, these three words, they are kind of synonymous, but they always occur in a sequence. And you know, this is basically when people are upset and they criticize, complain, gossip. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
We were looking at Venerable Brahmali's Vinaya translation, and the reason I didn't just copy it here is because he often simplifies his translation. So if you look at Brahmali's Vinaya, it's not such a reliable guide for learning Pali from it, because he often say like these three words, he just says people criticized, and then he treats it as a single verb, so just to let you know. Okay.
Haritani, Tinani.
So now it's talking about what the monks are doing. So they say they're talking about the monks, and what are they doing? Haritani, Tinani, Samadanta. So Haritani is a word for. You see it there somewhere. Harita is actually at the very end of the Patimokkha is the place you are not supposed to pee. Harite, crops, exactly. So is the green, some kind of green crops. Yeah, it's actually a good reference. You see why we are not supposed to pee on these green things, because the villagers would be quite sensitive. It's maybe something they have planted, and now the monks are doing what? Tinani is a grass, right? Some kind of grass. And then here we have Samadanta. Can you see what it is? Samadanta.
Is that really tamed?
Yeah, crushing.
Very different. Crushing.
Yeah.
Is this related to the danta, the stick?
No, that.
No. So that ending, anta, it means like you are doing something. You are in the process of doing something. So in the process, like the ing, exactly, like the ing at the end.
I think you're right.
Exactly. And then what are they crushing? Ekindriyam jivam. So this is interesting. If you ever have any interreligious dialogue with the Jains, you can discuss this with them. So what is this word? It's actually some kind of, it sounds like some kind of Abhidhamma term. So eka indriya, what can that be?
Faculty.
Yeah. Indriya, we have the six indriyas, meaning the six senses. So in this way, is only eka indriya, one faculty. Jiva means what?
Life.
Exactly, like a life force or just some living thing. So the way it's interpreted is basically plants have a sense of touch, which is true. You know, if you put some, I don't know, flame close to some plant, it might react to it, right? So they observe that these plants have some kind of sense of touch, so you shouldn't be destroying them. And then vihetenta is a similar, no? Is just saying they are disturbing them. Again, this word you might remember it from the Ovada Patimokkha. Anybody remember this word? Sammanno hoti parang vihetayanto. You are not mana by disturbing other people. Viheteti. And then vihetayanto. Yeah. Kind of bothering, disturbing. And then bahu. What is bahu? You remember?
A lot or arm?
Exactly. A lot, many. And then what? Kudaka. You remember kudaka?
Small.
Yeah.
Pana. Drink.
What is pranayama?
That's the living breath. Light.
Anapana.
So it's the breath, but it's basically another word for a breathing, living thing. Yeah.
Sanghata.
And sanghata here is not from like sangati, or sangati is not the same, but it's from ghati. Ghata means to kill, literally to slaughter. Yeah. So it's some kind of killing, destroying, murdering. And papadinta is causing something. So they are causing the destruction of these breathing things, right? Okay. Very good. So maybe somebody else introduced.
I'll give it a go.
Okay.
Imehi nama anya titya paribhajaka durakatadama wasang aliyisanti sankayisanti. Okay.
So this is what the lay people they are talking about. They talk about these other. Okay, what these other ascetics are doing during the Vassa, you know. So the Jains and all these others, Method hair ascetics or whatever, they had certain customs. So they are always referred to as Anyatitya Paribhajaka. So Paribhajaka is a word you should know, is basically what we call the wanderers of other sects.
Mm-hmm.
Paribhajati means is a similar word to pabhajati or pabhaja, but here is paribhajati, meaning those who wander. We call them the wanderers. And anyatitya, anya means other, you know. Titya is an interesting word. Is the word we chose for Tantitanyano actually. So this is how you spell his name correctly. And don't call him Titignano and so on. It's actually Titanyano with a double th. It's literally a fording place, and it refers to like some kind of sacred place of different religions. But there is a sutta which describes it as the fording place in Buddhism is like knowing the teachings, basically knowing the suttas, knowing the Dhamma. So that's the meaning in Buddhism.
Please also explain what is the fording place in terms
Yeah,
of.
so like for the Jains, they call their leaders the Tirthankaros. Tirthankara, they are like the ford makers, and it refers to like those who can lead people to the other shore, meaning to liberation. Yeah, exactly. So it's some kind of
fording place is where you cross the river. And the
Exactly.
leader knows the leader makes the fording place, or the leader knows the fording place where you cross to the other shore across the river.
Mhm. Okay, so these paribhajakas of other sect, so it starts with ime hinama, anyatitya paribhajaka. The nama means again like name, literally name, no, but it's just a way to say these people we are going to talk about, namely the wanderers of other sects. Ime means they, these, and then they are described as durakkhata dhamma. So it's funny. So the Dhamma ending sometimes means like they are like possessing the Dhamma, meaning their Dhamma. Dhamma can be anybody's Dhamma, meaning anybody's teaching, anybody's doctrine. And their Dhamma is called Durakkhata. And this is, if you remember the word Svakhata Dhamma. Svakhata comes from Su-akhata. Yeah? So su is always something good, and du is always something bad. Sukha, dukkha. And in this case, akkhata means proclaimed, something that is explained, proclaimed. So the Buddha's Dhamma is swakhata or suakhata, meaning well proclaimed, whereas these unfortunate wanderers, they have a badly proclaimed, badly explained Dhamma. So even they, what do? They Vassāvāsam, so for the range residents, they alisanti sanka saisanti. It's a bit funny, the word, but aliyate is this word. I think it's the same word as kamasukkhalikanuyānanā.
Yeah.
Ali means to stick to something, to adhere, to attach. So they settle down basically. Okay. And maybe Chagaramo, you can read this simple sentence, very easy.
Thank you, Ajahn. Attako bhagava
Ime.
O ime pana samana sakyapitya karikang charanti sangahitang appadentati.
So this just repeats what we had before, you know. So ime means these, pana, and can be translated as and or but, or and these, but these. And here this word again, samana sakyaputya, very good to know. You probably heard it in the Upasampada ceremony just a few days ago.
Do they go together? Yeah. Samana is a renunciant or a holy wanderer.
And Sakyaputya
Is son of the Sakyans, yeah.
very good. Sons of the Sakyan.
Walks the walk, yeah. Yeah, Charikang is like wandering or walks the walk.
Yeah. This is they walk.
Where do they go with the talk?
And then it's just abbreviated. It means that the things go to destruction. Sanghātanga padintati. Like we had above, these things come to destruction, no? The living beings get killed. Okay. Okay, so this is a good word. Just remember this, samana sakyaputya. They always referred to the Buddhist monks in this way. They didn't say Buddhist. Actually, there is no, in many like Asian languages or like in Thai, there isn't really like a word for Buddhist or Buddhism. So often they're trying to translate something from English, from Western languages.
There is a word for it. It's called people.
Yeah.
A person by default is Buddhist.
Yeah, everybody. But specifically, this is the word in the Vinaya, in the suttas. They are called by others. They were always referred as samana sakyaputya. Okay. And we have. Okay, who else do we have here? We have Tanvarabo here.
Atako bhagava etasmin nidane etasmin pakkarane dhammin katang katava bhikkhu amantesi. Then the Bhagava nidane in this but nidane I don't know nidane.
So nidana can mean like source, reason, cause.
Okay, for this reason, for this cause, having given a Dhamma talk, he addressed the bhikkhus.
Bhikkhu amantesi, yes, dhamming katva. So exactly, sometimes it's called like Dhamma Katha, but in this case it's called Dhammi Katha. Yeah, anyway, like a Dhamma talk, you could say. So he addressed the bhikkhus, and then continue.
Atako te bhikkhu bhagavato etamatham aro chesum. Atako, then the bhikkhus etamatam arochesum. Etamatam, this matter reported this matter to the Bhagavad.
So Bhagavato here.
Sorry. Yes.
Yeah, correct.
Yes. But I think I read both. But it's in verse, no? Then they reported, and then the Bhagavad give the Dhamma talk and address the monks, because he repeated here again.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and then he says,
and he addressed the bhikkhus. Anujanami bhikkhave vasam upagantum. I allow you to spend the vasa.
So here, anujanami. So this is a very common word. When the Buddha basically makes a new rule, it's called anujanana, making a new rule, meaning I allow, I permit, anujanami. Janati actually means to know, and anu means to kind of along with something. So it's almost like I'm fine with this, I know along with this, but it's just a word that's that's translated as I permit, I allow. Bhikkhave, addressing because Vassang is in what case?
Is an accusative again.
Accusative, so the ending. So
and upagantum is the how is it called? The verb form. Is the infinitive. The infinitive of gantum is the from gachati, to go, and upa I think is near, no?
Exactly.
Near. So is upavasati is to enter also, no, Ajahn?
Yeah, to live somewhere, and here is literally to enter.
To enter.
So it's from upagachati. Gachati means to walk, and upa, it means like near or close to. So upagantung. So this ending here, upagantung, is what we call infinitive. So it means I allow you to enter. I allow you to enter the vasa. Okay. And you have one more anagarika there in Portugal.
Anagarika Philip, please.
Atako bhikkhunan etadaosi katinuko Vassūpanāyikāti.
Atako, it means like and then. So bhikkhunan etadaosi. So if you remember how we did above with the panditanam, so this could be to the bhikkhus, for the bhikkhus. And etadahosi means is a kind of idiom again. It means it. This was like this, but it basically what it means. They have this thought. They thought. So the bhikkhus thought, and then imagine there is a new sentence there. Yeah. Katinuko Vassūpanāyikāti. So we were training before these interrogations. Kati refers always to number.
Kati vassosi. How many vassas do you have?
Okay, so this must be how many? How many? And then we have this word. The no ko is always like when you are asking some question. So how many are there? Vassūpanāyikāti. So the ti at the end is the end of the sentence, which means is an interrogative sentence in this case. So katinuko Vassūpanāyikā. How many then are there beginnings of the vasa? So upanayika, if you remember another interesting word here, kind of controversial word, opanayiko. Remember? So the Dhamma is what? It's opanayiko.
Leading inwards, leading onwards, leading outwards.
So it's from upa and neti, to lead, and upa means like close to. Now the question is, what does that mean? And it seems like upa always means something like close, nearby. So it's probably better to translate leading inwards, but it's a kind of a metaphor now. So Asanthanisara translates it as a pertinent. Being pertinent means it, or applicable. Applicable is another translation. Now something that you can actually apply. So in this case, it's like how many beginnings of the Vassa. Okay. And we have the answer. So Rangambiro can have the answer.
Second, I'll make some space for this one doesn't move because it's never mind. Okay, so Davema Bhikkave Vassūpanāyikā Purimika Pachimika Imarko Bhikkave Dave Vassūpanāyikāti. So Davema, these two bhikkhus of Vassa beginnings, Vassa enterings, Vassūpanāyikā. Here we could put a colon here. Sentence could end here, Vassūpanāyikā. So there are two beginnings of the Vassa. The Purimika, the first one, and the Pachimika, the second one. The earlier, Purimika, earlier, and Pachimika, the later. So this is the first Vassa and the second Vassa, the way we call it. Imako Bhikkave Dave Vassūpanāyikāti. These bhikkhus are the two Vassa beginnings.
And then below you have the more detailed explanation that was left out, so you probably understand. You can explain to us all the moons.
You're talking about
the asalhi here, yeah. Asalhi. In the words, in the vocabulary, it says apparajugataya asalhya. It's a bit difficult to translate it actually. Appara aju. It's basically, there's a bit of unclarity what it actually means, but Asalha is the name of the month, right? So, and there are actually, in this month, there were 2 full moons. So sometime, yeah, I mean, the lunar calendar and everything is a bit complex for us. But anyway, the usual standard is the end of this month. Usually we call it July. And so like several monks today ask me, is actually today the first month of the rainy season? I mean, the first moon of the rainy season, or is it the last moon of the hot season? So you should know that it's always the end of the season. The full ends with this full moon, and then tomorrow we start like a new season and a new moon. Okay.
Venerable, what was the meaning of Asala? Asala, what's the meaning?
Asalha. I don't remember a particular.
It's just the name of the month. I think they are named
it's the name
after
of the months, and the months are usually named after the zodiacal sign where the moon enters. So they would have a. Yes, I think the dictionary is not going to be more helpful either, because this will be. Yes, the name of the months is named after, which zodiacal sign the moon falls into. So it's like a calendar on the like the zodiacs, and so they will have these traditional names from India, like Magha, and so on. Like, so when the full moon is in the sign of Magha, when the area of Magha, then that's the Magha months, and that's why we call it Magha Puja.
Okay.
And these would be like this is a very much a pre-Buddhist system of categorizing the months. So they don't have a particular significance in that way. Like you would have to go after the Sanskrit roots probably, and the Sanskrit origins to tease out some kind of meaning that what it might have been originally.
Something equivalent to the zodiacal in the Greeks.
Yes, that's right, and there's some kind of mythology that is surrounding it probably. So you would have to, yes, very very, like this is much pre-Buddhist, and the monks are just adopting the already existing system for their seasons.
Did they follow 13-month calendar at this time?
No, the lunar calendar is 12 months usually, but because a lunar month is a little bit shorter than a solar month, then every few years you need a year that has 13 months. And so this year is one of those years when they add one more lunar year, so that the solar calendar catches up with the lunar calendar catches up with the solar one. And then next year we will have again a normal 12 lunar months year. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's not guaranteed to make sense, but thank you.
So I have still a little line there. Tena kopana samayena chabagya bhikkhu vassang upagantva antara vassang charikan charanti. So this is another modification. So after the Buddha makes the first rule, then something happens usually, and then the Buddha is responding again. So of course, so the Buddha said, yeah, you can enter the Vassa. So the monks entered the Vassa, and then the next day they went on Tudong again. So the Chabagya Bhikkhu is very useful to know this word. It's from Cha, meaning 6, and Vagga, meaning group. But if you connect Cha and Vagga, the V turns into a double B. That often happens in Pāli. So it becomes Chabagga, and the monks are called Chabagya. So you might be more familiar with this word Panchavagya Bhikkhu. The 5 bhikkhus, the 5 disciples of the Buddha, they were called the Panchavagya. And the group of 5, but this is the bad ones, the group of 6, right? And then they Vassang Upagantva means having entered. Upagantva means this is something that happened, Upagantva, having entered, and then Antara Vassang Charikan Charanti. So they walk the walk. They Antara Vassang. So during the Vassa, Antara means in between. Inter is related to in the European word, like inside. So during the Vassa. Okay. So and then again we have the reaction. The people again, the same 3 words there. They are criticizing, complaining. But in this case, it's not the lay people, it's the bhikkhus who are appicha. So these are the modest bhikkhus. They are they're always contrasted with the badly behaved bhikkhus. So they are with a few wishes, modest. And what are they doing? They are criticizing, complaining, and asking, Kathang hina machabagya bhikkhu vassang upagantva antara vassang charikang charisanti. How can Katha means is how? How can these group of 6, having entered the Vassa, then go for a walk during the Vassa? And then the Buddha makes the other rule, the next rule, which is called the first formulation of the rule is called Panyati, meaning to laying down the rule, and this is called the Anupanyati, or like a additional rule. Nabhikkhave vassang upagantva purimang va temasang pachimang va temasang avasitva charikāpaṭikkhepādi yopakamaya apatti dukkhatasati. So he says, because, and then the na will negate what comes after, right? So because having entered the Vassa, vassang upagantva, having entered the Vassa, purimang va temasang, pachimang va temasang. So that means the first 3 months, te masa means 3 months. Te is from 3. Pachimang va temasang, of the following, the final 3 months. Avasitva, having lived, having stayed, So if you haven't done this, the na negates all of this. So if you haven't stayed for the first 3 months or the second 3 months, charika, pakkamitaba, you shouldn't leave. Pakkamati means to go out, to go out of the monastery. One should not leave on charika. Yo pakkameya apati dukkhatasati. And this is always the ending where the Buddha specifies the offense. Yo pakkameya, one who should leave. The aya is what's it called? Yes, this one.
Optative.
Optative. One who might do something, who could do something. So one who would leave. Apati is an offense of dukkata, dukkatassa, the offense of dukkata, dukkatasati. This is just the ending of the sentence. That's why there is this state. So, but it's apati dukkatassa, which means is an offense of dukkata, meaning badly done. Dukkata means that which is wrongly done.